All right, so let's start this video from the scratch. When I was about to start my programming journey, so where I was about to write some lines of code, it was very much exciting. I wanted to do it, but at the same time, it was very much confusing. I was confused like why there are a lot of programming languages: Java, C, C++, JavaScript, Python, and the big deal like this looks like English, but why is it so complex? And alongside this there were a lot of technical terms which I was very much scared of, like polymorphism, asynchronous programming, threads, inheritance. What are these? And to add on top of this, there were a lot of special characters when I saw someone's code. Like when I saw jQuery, there were a lot of dollar signs. When I looked into Python, there were a lot of spaces. And Java developers always complain that hey, if I miss a semicolon, I would be ended up with errors. So this was what uh, was me having a lot of confusions while starting with code. Okay, and how did it become something like which I plan to take it as a career, or how I am dealing with it as a full-time software developer? What changed, or what did I learn along this path, is which made me clear all of those confusions, give a clarity, and do it for a living. Okay, so that is what I am going to cover in this particular video. I'm going to share you 5 tips, okay, which help me okay, to understand code better or look coding in a different perspective. And then two things, two additional things, especially for 2025, which I have added up so that it could be a very good boost for someone who is learning software development. So that is what I am going to cover in this particular video. So without any further delay, let's get started. Great. So now here was me with a lot of confusions, like what to do, why this exists, a lot of this, right? So one thing that helped me along this path was understanding what should I know. So you just have a thought on this word. We should understand what we need to know. Okay, like let's say, let me give an example. I know what HTML is. What else should I know? Like next is CSS, JavaScript, something like that. You should have that path clear. Okay, so you will be hopping one another. And while learning any specific technology, what we usually do is binge watch YouTube videos, right? We just surf through internet, okay, and just listen to what mentors are telling and just try to implement it. That's the wrong way. You should first know what you want to know. Like let's say if I want to be a web developer, I should know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, Node.js. If you are a backend developer with Java, you should know Spring Boot, Python, Flash, Django. There are a lot of things. You should first know that hey, what I am going to do and what will I achieve after each milestone. So that's the first thing we should know. We should understand what we need to know and we should start learning it. And to learn, we have courses and YouTube. Irrespective of it, we get confused like what is this? We are just learning something what the mentor is teaching. Okay, that's the wrong way of doing it. One thing that helped me a lot is questioning. Like let's say if some mentor says that hey, this is we need object oriented programming. Like let's say you should question what is object oriented programming, why object oriented programming, what are the alternatives to this, why object oriented is chosen between these options, and how can I effectively build applications. Are there any real life analogies, are there any real life products which got benefited by these concepts? So these are something which helped me uh, look at programming more in a more exciting way. So one thing I figured out along this journey was that everything is a problem and a solution. There is no one single solution. You should first know the problem and something is a solution for that. And this is what many of them miss, and many of them end up being blank in their interviews. Okay, like let's say you are learning Python, you don't know why you are learning Python. You don't know what benefits you have over Java developers, or what Java developers will be doing and what a Python developer will be doing. If you don't know why you are doing something, you cannot learn it effectively. So that's the first thing which we should know, is that understand what we want to know. And while learning something, you should question a lot. You should have a lot of questions in mind for the simplest thing or the simplest option you are taking. Okay, so this is the first thing. With this, our learning becomes clear. Next is when I was learning, and I usually was going and I used to go and ask a lot of seniors, company folks, okay, who are working in the companies, telling that what's important. And majority of the times, either they say skills, or apart from skills, what they mention more is projects. Mithun, you need projects, you need projects. And we constantly have this feeling that we are never ready to start building. Okay, like let's say I learn HTML and I will be like, hey, there is a lot to learn, CSS, JavaScript, something. Okay, and whenever you are learning Python, you say that these many things are pending. We lie to ourselves telling that we are never ready to start building. But one thing, one mindset shift which has helped me a lot was just telling myself that, hey, if I cannot build something on learning this topic, then it's of no use learning. See, it makes sense, right? If you're learning something and if you're not able to build something, then it's of no use. Okay, so that is how I approach things. Like, let's say if I'm learning a simple concept as well, I should build something. With this, the way I look at features, okay, like let's say when I browse a website, I saw a feature, I was immediately able to look into the behind the scenes of it. Okay, and the same helped me in the interviews as well. In interview, you cannot expect what question the interviewer would ask, but you should build analogies, right? So if you have this mindset, then it will be helping you a lot. So always build things. You should never go to a next concert without building something. I know it's slow, but that's where the real game change. Okay, great. So this is the thing. We know how to build things better. We know how to showcase it through projects. Next thing is that many a times we get bored. I was getting bored by building the same personal projects, learning in the same traditional way. I was getting bored. So what I did was that I pushed myself into challenges. Like let's say I was going to my senior and I was like, hey, can you give me an internship? Okay, so we humans, if we know the endpoint properly, then we will do it better. When I was in college, I was going to my faculties and I was like, hey, can I build this? I don't know how to build it. I was just giving out ideas and convincing them. So that's very important. Even in your career, convincing and delivering is a very important part. You need not to know everything at the initial phase itself. I was going to my seniors, I was going to my faculties, I was going to my friends and telling that, hey, I'm going to build this. Let's build this. Okay. With this, you have no chance to escape. You want to build it, you want to deliver it. That's where your reputation comes into picture, right? So then you will start learning things, building things. So that is what you can do it. If you're someone who want to learn, I have a lot of projects. Just shoot a DM to me on LinkedIn so we together can build something. Okay. So that's the thing. Push yourself into challenges where there is some expectation from you and build things. So that has given me or helped me more than the traditional way of learning technologies. Okay, and next thing is that yes, of course you will fail. You should embrace failure. It's not like if someone is a good developer, it's not like they won't land into errors. Whatever they do will be instant success. No, it doesn't happen that way. Okay, so you will fail. Everyone will fail. Okay, so and the more you fail, okay, I'm not telling that it's good, but whenever you fail, if you learn something from it, it's the best thing you can do it. Okay, so I was failing a lot. Okay, I was not able to learn a lot of things. Okay, I struggled a lot. Okay, but each time whenever I fail, I picked up something. Okay, so not every time, but many a times. Okay, so I was like, hey, so what went wrong? Retrospection. Like whenever you fail, retrospectively, that what went wrong, at what point should I have been alert and controlled. So that is one thing which you should always look into, that not every path will be straight. You will be having a lot of ups and downs. Next thing is that burnout is real. Yes. Okay, so I even remember days where I was coding like for like 6 hours, 7 hours straight. Okay, building something and getting stuck. Okay, I won't recommend that for someone who is learning software development today, like having 6 hours, 7 hours coding sessions. No, it's not that much fruitful. Okay, but yeah, so you should always know that whenever something is not working, it's not always your skills, it's sometimes your mental capability as well. Just come out, relax, get into it, you will find a solution. Many times you see developers telling that, hey, I was staring at the bug, I was not able to fix, I just grabbed a cup of coffee and now I was able to solve it. Okay, so you should also have that telling that whenever you are something is not working, it's not always a blame on your skill. Maybe you are mentally occupied a lot. You should embrace burnout as well. Okay, software is a lot more stressful. Okay, so whenever you're doing it for the first time or building it from scratch. Okay, so these were the five things, okay, five understandings which gave me a different perspective, and I implement I have implemented them from the scratch. Okay, so I avoided this repetition. Many a times you would see developers telling that, hey, I didn't understand this technology at the initial phase itself. I redid it multiple times. You can avoid all of this, and with this, I think today I am in a stage that I enjoy software development. I look for writing code, I look for challenges, and I look for learning. Okay, so you could also implement this whenever you feel something is missing. Just come to this video, have this slide open, and then you could have a good idea on it. Okay, now this is what, like, 4 years down the line, right? So today I see a lot of advantage. Okay, so the first thing is that in 2025, if I were doing it again, so I would start with having some healthy coding routine. Okay, so see, I did this mistake, like I was not that much consistent enough. I was doing long coding sessions but not consistently. Again, I told you, right, burnout is real. So if you have a healthy coding routine, like let's say you code for 2 hours, take a break, next 2 hour session, something like that, I think in a long run you will be benefited very much. Okay, so these type of healthy coding routines is what you should incorporate. And then in the age of AI, you should use AI tools. Okay, like let's say I told you here, right? So understand in depth. Many a times you will be not getting answers to those questions from your professors or someone outside. Okay, and going through books is very much hard. Go to AI. Don't use AI to write code. Okay, for any learner, I would suggest that get your hands dirty with code. Don't use autocompletes. No, nothing of that until and unless you have at least 1 to 2 projects built from the scratch. The main use of AI for you would be like easy access of information. Like let's say if I want to know why asynchronous program exists, what is the advantages, what are the alternatives, you can just prompt it and LLMs give you this answer. Okay, so that's where I would look into AI. I am not, if I were starting it today or this year and I don't have any projects, I would never use AI for writing code. No. Okay, if I have 1 to 2 projects, solid projects ready, and if I'm redoing things, then AI will be very much helpful. If you haven't done it for the first time, just using AI, it's of no use. Okay, so these are some things you should keep in your mind. And yeah, so with this, you can enjoy the coding journey and a lot of confusions would be cleared. Okay, so that's it for this video. And if you have any questions, you could directly come to my DM on LinkedIn. So my DMs are always open, or comment your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you could get a lot of these amazing videos. That's it, and I will catch you up in the next one. Thank you.